So I'm sitting here and I'm getting the stream ready, and I'm noticing that there is in my OBS an alert that shows that frames are constantly being dropped. In layman's terms, there is a lot of lag. So I do some investigation. I take a look to see, hey, there's something causing the lag. Maybe it's something on my computer. All I gotta do is just turn the damn thing off. That'll fix the problem. Okay, no. No. There is nothing running on my computer, and I damn well double checked because I restarted the computer twice. Make sure that it started fresh again, double check all the programs that were running, make sure there was nothing running in the background except for the things that I needed, and that was just OBS, the game, stream labels, so the information up at the top is always updated, and that was pretty much it. Just the stream, the game, and the basic information. I have never had any problem with that since, except for the occasional, hiccup here and there. But then this happened. This was apparently the problem. Take a look at that. Let's take a look at this for a second. So we have a megabits per second download speed, 344.9 on average. It fluctuates, of course. We have a latency, a ping, 19 milliseconds. That's good. That's very good. But let's see. Your internet connection is very fast. Your internet connection should be able to handle multiple devices streaming HD videos, video conferencing, and gaming at the same time. Oh, wait a minute. What is that? That is the upload speed over there at 0.58 megabits per second, which is 5% of what it normally is. In order to stream to you guys, I need a bare minimum of 5 to 6 megabits per second. And when I say minimum, I mean minimum of decent quality, 1080p, 60 frames per second. I could get away with a little bit less, but it would look kind of crap. But this right here, I couldn't even do 240p, let alone 1080. So I have no idea. Unfortunately, because of this, I now have to do some investigation again. It's just not a stream with me unless something breaks. Something's always breaking. Everything works perfectly. Up until stream time, and then once stream time happens, everything falls apart. I don't know why. I'm not changing anything. I'm not doing anything wild or crazy or anything. It's just the same as it always is, but just all of a sudden, it just... that thing makes me sick. I don't want to see it anymore. Go away. So here is where we are right now. Basically, I cannot stream tonight because of that. And what I need to do now is I need to figure out what is causing the upload slowdown. And I have a damn well big feeling that it's my internet service provider having some issues right now, because the router and modem don't seem to be having any problems. Though then again, they could be it. They might have just decided, hey, today is the day that they're just going to be having some issues. I don't know. Those can be replaced, but I'd rather not spend the money because I'm trying to budget myself and prepare for my trip up to Canada in the early part of April, because I'm going to be moving up there pretty much permanently, because I'm going to be with Bun. We are going to get married. About that, we're going to save up for the actual wedding, but in order for us to be able to be together, we're going to go ahead and get married and do the wedding part after. So, yay! But I need to make sure that I am saving for that, so I'd rather not have to buy a new piece of equipment to stream. But this has been a bit of an eye-opener for me, especially considering the fact that over the past several months, my stream schedule has been very sporadic. It's been riddled with either in real life issues, offline issues, stuff like that, and some technical difficulties that have gotten in the way. So let me bring the mic a little bit closer here. So Let me tell you guys a little bit about all the different things that have actually been going on that I kept on promising I'd make a video for and never got around to it. Well, now here we go. Here is the video. So I have decided, for those of you that have not heard, I have decided to pretty much cut out Tuesdays from my streaming lineup. And the reason is because that Tuesdays haven't really been a popular night anyway. But at the same time, I want to dedicate more time to pre-recorded stuff. You guys are very, very patiently for Persona 5, waiting very patiently for that. And considering my uploads of Persona 5 Royal right now have been 2 episodes in the span of almost 3 months, it just goes to show that I definitely should give myself the proper time to actually start doing the work. And also the time to dedicate to a social media presence, to advertise myself, to get myself out there, let my channel grow, you know, because I've been stagnant for a long time. I've seen a little bit of growth here and there, but for the most part, I haven't really gone anywhere. And I got to do what all the other big players do. They didn't just dick around and just do this stuff. And basically, I need to treat this more like a job. I've been treating it like a job. I need to treat it more like a job. So I need to start doing that kind of stuff. And that is why I'm cutting off Tuesdays, for the purpose of the channel growth. And also because I can't always rely on streaming because of what you just saw. So if I have a premiere out, that still gets people to watch something, have a chat window, be able to do super chats, things like that. Treat it just like a normal stream. It's just pre-recorded. I won't be able to have the alerts up, and I won't be there to react to things live on camera, but I will be in the chat with you all. And it's usually a lot of fun to see everyone's reactions to some of the things that I put in when I'm doing a pre-recorded something. It's just that it takes... For a shorter amount of video, it takes a whole lot longer of time to do. And especially now with YouTube doing their weird stuff as far as the rules changing, which is making me a little concerned about the future of Persona 5 Golden. Persona 5 Royal. I'll talk about Golden though. Don't worry, I'm getting to that. Persona 5 Royal, because some of the things that Bun and I talk about are not really advertiser friendly, but for the most part, up until now, they've kind of left me alone. But it seems almost as if they are starting to get a little bit more aggressive with some of their demonetization, and there's not really much you can do about it once they've decided to hit you. It's almost like the end of last year, the start of this year. A lot of the companies that I either work for or do things with are doing some weird stuff, like Wizards of the Coast. I don't know how many of you care about Dungeons and Dragons, and according to the analytics of my Dungeons and Dragons campaign on Sundays, it seems like only roughly about 200 to 300 of you actually care about it, which is actually pretty good. That's like I imagine that as at least a whole movie theater's worth of people, if not more. So I could pack at least one movie theater full of people to watch my crazy ass campaign on Sunday. So it's a low number compared to some other things that I do, but it still makes me feel good that I can at least pack the seats for a one night special event at a movie theater type of thing. But nonetheless, so yeah, YouTube's doing their weird stuff, and I got to be a little bit more careful of the things that are going to be showing up in my episodes. I might even have to start being a little bit more careful about the things that I say. I try not to. I try to be as completely open and myself as possible. But things are changing, and it's essentially adapt or get out of the way. So I'm going to choose to adapt if I have to. So now then, speaking of Persona and Golden, Persona 4 Golden, by the way, Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden is now available on several different platforms now as of today. And I hope all of you will support the company and mostly just support Persona. Get Persona out there a lot stronger than it is right now. Make it mainstream. Make it a really, really damn good game by speaking with your wallets and such. Because Persona needs a lot more love. Thankfully, Persona 5 helped out a lot, but it was still a little obscure with 4, you know? But nonetheless, speaking of 4, you all have probably noticed that 4 is gone. Persona 4 Golden, as far as my Let's Play of it, the one with the animated cutscenes and all that, it is gone off of my channel. The reason being is because the company now that currently holds the rights to the anime of Persona 4, Persona 4 the animation, have only just now decided that instead of just copyright claiming my content and then taking the ad revenue, they were going to full on block the episodes. It could not be seen anymore unless I remove it. Thankfully, no strikes on my channel. They're at least kind enough to do that, but they are blocking these completely. And the only way that these episodes can be seen or stay on YouTube for anyone to watch is if I remove the anime cutscenes, which unfortunately would remove a lot of the jokes as well as some major plot points. Because there are some things that I decided to do the anime instead of the in-game version just for flavor. But unfortunately, that decision has come back to bite me. And I really hate to see that happen, considering Persona 4, well, Persona 4 Golden specifically is my favorite video game of all time. Even after playing Persona 5, even after Persona 3 and several other games that are amazing, Persona 4 Golden is still my favorite game. And it was a passion project to do. It really sucks to see that I would have been perfectly fine if they just decide to just copyright claim them and just be like, okay, you know what? We're going to take all the monetization. They're not making that much money anymore. Not a lot of people are watching them, but it's a part of my history and it's on YouTube for people to still go back and watch whatever they want to. But they have completely and utterly blocked many of those episodes because of the anime. Just because of the anime. So it's not Atlus. Not Atlus. No. Not Atlus. It is definitely the company behind the distribution of the anime that's behind this. I think it's Aniplex, but I'll have to double check. So don't take what I said about that. Don't take that so seriously, because I could be wrong. I'll have to double check. But either way, it's forced me to actually hide all the episodes on my channel. So what I'm going to probably do is one of two things, probably both things, is that I am going to take the time eventually to download all those episodes and compile them onto a Google Drive or something for people to download and watch at their leisure. Because it is a major part of my history. It was a passion project. And despite how cringy it is looking back on it now and having me put these anime cutscenes in, then completely dubbing over Yu Narukami's voice with my own, just to feel like I was actually part of the game. Man, those are good times, but it's a little cringy thinking about it now. Like, boy, I don't know why I thought about doing that, but I had fun doing it, so I guess that's all that matters, right? And if a lot of people enjoyed it, then that's great. I'm so happy that a lot of you enjoyed it. For those of you that thought it was cringe, well, guess what? I kind of do too. But you know what? It was overall just a fun time, and it was a passion project. And I hate to see that it has been completely muted. So I will likely do something like that, compile them, put them somewhere for people to watch. The other thing is that I am going to have to just redo Persona 4 Golden again. This will be the third time that I played Persona 4 for my channel. The first time I did the original. This is before I could even do thumbnails. And then got Golden. But now I'm going to do Golden again. But thankfully, there's a way to make it interesting and new for those of you that have already seen the previous 2 iterations of Persona 4 Golden on my channel. And that is mods. Persona 4 Golden on PC has it doesn't have a large modding community. It's kind of died down completely. Although it might get a resurgence with the re-releases right now. But right now it's kind of stagnant. But there's enough mods to at least make this the definitive Persona 4 Golden experience without anime cutscenes or anything, just purely in-game stuff. And we're talking about better visuals. We're talking about the shadows actually being replaced by the demons themselves by ripping them directly from Persona 5 and Shin Megami Tensei 5 and all different kinds of balance changes, music changes, actually having a fight, having the fight with, well, I won't say it for those that haven't seen it, having a fight with the killer actually uses the correct AI instead of the broken AI that Golden had and the original had, and I can actually put in the song that I used in my Let's Play of it from the anime when they were fighting, rather than A New World Fool, which was the one that was used for both him and the other killer. So it's going to be a lot of fun, but I have a feeling that it's going to probably be a little bit before I do that, because based off of what I have been doing and what I have been seeing on my channel, as far as metrics, analytics, things like that, I think you guys are kind of showing that you're getting a little bit tired of Shin Megami Tensei. You're still excited for Persona 5 Royal, but it seems like that's the only one, because Soul Hackers 2 viewership has tanked, although granted, the streaming schedule for that has been kind of meh. And I have put out a poll, and a lot of you still seem to be interested in seeing it. It's just that the numbers are showing a different story, so I'm kind of confused on that one, but I'm still going to finish it. I'm going to still finish it. But with other games that have just completely like tanked massively as far as numbers for viewership, we're talking about Star Ocean, even Final Fantasy 7 Remake. That was like the number one game everyone wanted me to play most recently, and then it's like I saw the numbers drop further and further. I don't know, it was because people thought that I was gonna be amazing, super awesome at the game, and I wasn't, and they were frustrated, or they just didn't have time to watch it, or that they only just want to see certain scenes. But even the Sephiroth fight, even the final boss, didn't get that much viewership. So I'm just thinking, I guess maybe you guys are starting to show signs that you're a little JRPG'd out for right now, at least as far as me playing them. And I think that's kind of reflected in the recent poll that I put up on my Discord for anyone who's a member or a supporter, which is asking them what game is going to be replacing Final Fantasy VII on Thursdays. And let me actually go on ahead and I will tell you guys what games are on the list, but I won't tell you what's winning, although there are 2 games that are tied right now, and I'll be curious to see if you guys know which games that they are. And when I say tied, they're tied for first. There's a secret third one that's not quite as high as the others, but it's kind of catching up, which is a surprise for me. But basically, the games that I have are Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion, Sonic Frontiers, Zelda Ocarina of Time randomized with crowd control. And for those of you that don't know, crowd control is that app where essentially you can do a donation and then something happens. Like completely, like for example, we'll use Zelda for example. Like you donate something and it summons a whole bunch of cuckoos to attack me anywhere. Or I lose the ability to attack with my sword, or there's super high gravity so I can't make jumps, or I'm suddenly frozen all of a sudden, or just flat out killed. And then there are things that are helpful, like my hearts get all filled up, I get a whole bunch of rupees. Like there are ways for you guys to kind of mess with me and mess with my game on top of it being randomized. And I thought that'd be kind of a fun thing to do eventually, because I do like randomizers. But okay, that aside, there's also One Piece Odyssey, there's Pokemon Scarlet, Dead Space Remake, since that's coming out in a couple weeks, Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes. I figured I'd play them both together, and I'd probably do it with mods because everyone has already seen the standard Resident Evil 2 and 3. And speaking of mods, Elden Ring, I figured I'd throw that up there one more time to see if there's any interest in it a year later, considering how popular it is, how much I love it. I love Elden Ring so much. None of you seem to want me to play it. It's like Elden Ring. They don't want you to play no stinking Elden Ring. I was so sad. I was so sad that there was so little interest in me playing Elden Ring. I'm so sad. And well, here's a spoiler. It seems like that tradition is continuing because it does not seem to be gaining much traction. So I guess Elden Ring is just going to be a game I'm going to be enjoying on my own. Just like Star Ocean. It's just not a lot of traction. I'll probably enjoy it on my own. Anyway, BioShock and West of Loathing, which is BioShock and West of Loathing. I had done a poll, or not poll, a new thread on my Discord asking for game requests. I've already did one before, but as I have just now learned, tastes can drastically change over the years, over the months, and the things that people are wanting me to play now are definitely showing differences to the answers that I got the first time I asked this. So I think just interests come and go with the trends and tides. So, but West of Loathing and BioShock I threw on there as they seem to be games that I would be interested in. And I know I played BioShock a long time ago. When it first came out, I played BioShock, and I haven't played it since. But West of Loathing, I've seen it. It looks absolutely hilarious, and I would enjoy playing that as well. But it's just dependent on what they want me to play and what you guys want me to play. So I need your help. I really do need your help. Going forward, when it comes to requesting games and voting on games and letting me know what you want me to play or what you would see, what would get your butt in the seat kind of thing. What would I need to play to get your butt in the seat? Maybe even to spread information out like, hey, this guy plays this game and it's fun. And here's a funny clip of it. Because I need to start doing that more too. But even you guys doing that, it's kind of spreading it out a little bit. So things like that. And so I just kind of need to know what is out right now, brand new game or old game, that you guys would like me to play. In fact, let's make that a conversation. Down in the comments below, put your top 3 games. You guys in the comments, put your top 3 games that you would really love me to play. And maybe a game... Maybe add another one. Maybe a game that you just do not care about me ever playing, despite how popular it might be. Just so that I know that even if a game's popular, it doesn't necessarily mean that you want me to do it. So it allows me to kind of gauge how you all are feeling today, roughly around right now. Because who knows, in 6 months down the line, things might change. You guys might have different ideas, might have different preferences. But at least as far as right now, I'm kind of curious. And it doesn't need to be from that list that I gave you. That's for my members. Of course, if it's in that list, by all means, put it in there. But if it's anything at all, whether it is a game, a mod, games with mods, something to do with crowd control, randomizers, anything like that, just know that I'll tell you guys the same thing that I kind of told them as well, though, just to kind of give you an idea of what I do play and what I don't play. That doesn't say anything is out of the running except for The Witch's House. That's out. But here I am hitting my mic. But the games that I normally play, and this is not just for you guys, this is for myself too. The games I normally play are RPGs and horror. They're JRPGs or Western RPGs, usually, and a lot of horror games. Those are like my top 2 genres. But I also do like adventure games, party games, the mascot games, Mario, Sonic, Zelda, Kirby, some open world games, Elden Ring. I do also do some fighting games, which some of you were subscribed to me when I was back doing Ultimate Marvel 3. And you're still here. I'm so sorry that I haven't done much in the way of fighting games, but Street Fighter 6 is around the corner, and I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I also do some shooting games, like, well, not military shooters, but still FES, like BioShock. That's a perfect example. The games that I typically don't play often, or at least I don't really pay much attention to, it's a big list, but they're obvious style games, like military shooters, gotchas, puzzle platformers, RTS games, so like Civilization, StarCraft, rhythm and music games. Nope, not into those either. The closest one was Dancing All Night, and or the dancing games from Persona, just because it's Persona. Rage games. You're not gonna really see me play Getting Over It with Benefati or I Want to Be the Guy. I would probably throw my controller and quit immediately. Visual novels. Ace Attorney is an exception. Realistic sports games. But I'll still play other sports games that aren't so realistic, like Mario sports games. Tower defense games, I just never really got into them. And roguelike games, I've also never really got into them. And life sim games, I haven't really enjoyed many life sim games recently. I loved Harvest Moon 64. But life sim games aren't quite the same as they used to be, in my opinion. Things, I know that probably a lot of you are like, what about Stardew Valley and all that? I'd never gotten into those, so it's okay. I'm not saying they're bad. It's just not something that I really got into. But some of the things that I got here for requests are things that I'm looking at like, you want me to play that? I've never really shown much interest in it, like Senran Kagura. I got a request for a Senran Kagura game. Like, you want me to play the Booby Ninja game? I mean, if enough people want me to, I will. But there's quite a few in here that are popular ones, but also ones that I just never really thought of playing on my own, like Horizon or God of War, Assassin's Creed. And yet there's a whole bunch of ones that I do really love to play, and they're not being listed at all. So it'll be interesting to see how things go moving forward. So anyway, I have talked your ears off enough right now. You already know what's up, what happened with tonight's stream, what I'm going to be doing to fix that problem, as well as what I want to do in the future to kind of prevent something like this from happening. Things going on with Persona, things going on with whatever games that I want to play right now, as well as just overall channel growth and the interest that you guys have with my content, just to find out what you want to see. Because I feel like I know, and then it seems like after a little while, I start to question it. Like Final Fantasy, you guys were really excited about it, and then I saw the numbers drop. Soul Hackers 2, you guys were really excited about it, saw the numbers drop. So it's hard. It's hard. That's why I'm always open for communication about things like this, and making a video like this right now to definitely really just kind of talk to you guys and figure out, what would you like? What would you think that I would be good at to get the butts in the seats? Because that is important. Because I want to see that YouTube subscriber count go up. If it ever hits 100,000, I will be ecstatic. But I'm still stagnant around the 20,000 mark. And I definitely don't want that to be there at that number for much longer, because it's been there for a long, long time. I need growth. But I know what I got to do for that. So with that being said, I'm going to work on what I need to work on, figure things out as far as the stream situation and everything else. So with that, thank you all very much for listening to my ranting and ravings. This is Kageto. I am the final boss, and I will see you all next time. Have a good night, everybody.